We have the latest on the shooting in Toppenish that left 4 dead and another fighting for his life. And we're approaching election season. Coming up, we'll get into a few of the issues on this year's ballot.
And folks, we have hit Monday and we are looking at possible snow in the mountains starting tomorrow. I'll get you ready for all of that coming up.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to Monday. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. How was your weekend, Riley?
Uneventful. How was yours?
It was pretty uneventful. I was busy last week traveling, so it was nice to have just a chill out. Had a nice going away party yesterday for some folks, and that was fun. So looking forward to a nice week as we're kind of winding down October.
Woo!
Halloween is next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow.
Incredible.
Let's take a look outside at our Legend Skycam network in the Columbia Point area, and we are looking quite okay today. Let's just say that. We're not extraordinarily warm or extraordinarily cold, and we'll see a little bit of cloud coverage, but we're going to see some sunshine today, kind of like we saw yesterday. We'll see a little bit more clearing as the day goes on, but don't be fooled. As we head into tomorrow, we do expect widespread shower activity, and that includes very likely snow into the mountainous areas. So that includes the Blues and includes the Cascades as well. As we move along in our week, our overnight lows, well, they're going to be getting to the mid to lower 20s. So if you do see any shower activity, we could see just a hint of snow in our areas, but most likely we're going to be staying dry as we're staying very cool, but we're keeping track of everything. So chilly tomorrow, windy in places. We do have a wind advisory, Hermiston and Ellensburg areas today. Rain and mountain snow on Tuesday. I'll get you ready for all of that in my forecast. That's coming up, but right now we're going to send it back to Riley.
Thank you, Jason. A vehicle fire near Selah shut down the right lane of Interstate 82 eastbound for 7 hours Saturday. One vehicle was traveling eastbound about 2 miles west of Selah city limits when the vehicle trailer's tire caught fire and spread to the trailer itself. According to Washington State Patrol, the driver was uninjured and drove himself from the scene while the trailer was pronounced totaled. 3 people were killed in a deadly shooting at a Toppenish home Thursday morning, the youngest just 13 years old, while a 4th victim is currently in the hospital. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell spoke with investigators still looking for answers.
With a population of less than 9,000 people, the city of Toppenish still has a small town feel. And while it does have its share of violent crimes, Thursday's killings have left the community reeling.
Toppenish is a small community, and our hearts go out to the families and the rest of the residents that are dealing with this tragedy.
3 victims killed, a 13-year-old boy, an 18-year-old woman, and a 21-year-old woman. The 4th victim, a 21-year-old man fighting for his life. And the 19-year-old man Toppenish police say was responsible?
And the suspect took his own life.
And a flurry of social media posts, comments, and reactions from people all asking why this happened, why these young people's lives were cut short.
At this point, it's still under investigation. Officers are trying to figure out what happened, what the motivation was. There's just not a lot of information there. It was a tragic scene, graphic scene when they arrived, and they just want to make sure that the family gets closure.
Toppenish police are requesting that if anyone has any information on this case to come forward and reach out to the police department directly. West Richland police are looking for someone who can provide surveillance video to assist in investigation. According to police, a man in a van exposed himself to a child. This happened Thursday around 3:09 in the afternoon near North 62nd Avenue and Desert View Drive. Police described the suspect only as a man wearing a blue shirt driving a white, newer style work van. Police say the man took off and was last seen heading west on Desert View Drive. If your surveillance cameras recorded video of the van, contact West Richland Police. A Yakima nonprofit has been issued a Department of Justice grant meant to prevent teens from using drugs in Yakima. The $650,000 grant goes to the Safe Yakima Valley's Youth Mentoring Program. They plan to use the grant to expand the group's mentoring program and provide substance misuse awareness training. A 2021 Washington State Healthy Youth Survey found alcohol and cannabis use rose 61% among Yakima County teens over 3 years. One condition of the grant is that the program must train 300 adults in mentoring and substance misuse awareness. It also includes initiating one-on-one mentoring with 300 teens. Ballots have been sent out for the Washington State November general election, and you can fill out your ballot, sign, and return it anytime between now and November 7th. The November election is your chance to vote on local leaders whose policies impact your everyday life and propositions that can determine your future tax payments. Voter pamphlets were sent through the mail to registered voters with all the information about the races. You can also find it online by visiting vote.wa.gov. If you're not registered to vote yet, you can still register online until October 30th. Then you'll have to do it in person at the county elections office. Proposition 1 in Benton County is a major issue voters are asked to weigh in on. The proposition would extend the local sales tax, set to expire at the end of 2024, for public safety needs. According to the Benton County prosecutor, the current tax is 3 cents on every $10 you spend. That money goes to supporting local law enforcement and court staff. Big changes are on the way for Yakima's airport. Paid parking is set to return starting November 1st. The cost is $2 for every 2 hours, up to $15 a day. As of right now, parking payments can only be made using a credit card. The airport plans to add more payment options later. Also, Alaska Airlines plans to resume 2 daily flights between Yakima and Seattle starting November 17th. And for travelers whose devices are running low on juice, the airport recently installed an electronics charging station. A Spokane man found himself in serious trouble after he was arrested for allegedly pointing a powerful laser at a helicopter in the middle of a medevac, then at a Spokane County Air 1 chopper. In this image captured by the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, you can see how bright that light is even from several thousand feet away. These lights can temporarily blind pilots and make it incredibly dangerous to fly. In King County, a light was flashing onto a helicopter circling downtown. And just last week, there were 2 reports of lasers being shined into commercial airplanes at Spokane's International Airport.
You're talking about hundreds of people on board, 150 maybe on a 737. That's a lot of lives at risk if those pilots can't see and do their job safely.
Sergeant Armstrong says this happens thousands of times per year. There have been more than 9,000 reported incidents involving a laser in 2023 alone. Pointing a laser at any aircraft is a felony and can be charged at both the state and federal level with an $11,000 fine per incident. A man is facing charges after he allegedly fired a splatterball gun at a pro-Palestinian demonstrators during a rally in Eugene, Oregon on Saturday. Police say about 200 people gathered for the march. Investigators say Jonathan Wisby stopped his pickup truck and blocked the crowd. Then he began arguing with demonstrators. Police say one protester slashed Wisby's tires, and he allegedly responded by firing a splatter ball gun into the crowd. A splatter ball gun fires water gel beads.
So within 30 seconds, EPD was on scene and able to address all 3 armed people. All 3 complied with instructions from law enforcement. No additional shots were fired. We did not have to take any use of force actions whatsoever.
Police say a couple of protesters pulled out their guns to respond, but officers stepped in and kept the peace. Officers arrested Wisby, and he is now facing several charges, including disorderly conduct. We'll return in just a moment, but first, Jason Valentine joins us live now for another quick look at the weather.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome to the work week. A mild Monday is ahead, but changes on the way. Folks, we're talking snow in the mountains tomorrow. I'll get you ready for all of that in my First Alert weather forecast coming up.
The Seattle Seahawks took on Arizona at home on Sunday. We'll have highlights from Seattle next. That's coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing.
But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in the course of their lifetime.
At Speck Family Dealerships, we're continuing the fight against breast cancer with the 5th annual Drive for a Cure campaign. During October, purchase any vehicle at one of our 5 Speck locations and we'll donate the cost of a mammogram to the Tri-Cities Cancer Center. Together, we can keep fighting this ugly disease until one day we have a cure. Visit SpeckDealerships.com for more information.
Is Medicare planning the last thing on your list? If you're approaching retirement age, contact the professionals at Stand Fortier Insurance Services and get answers to all your Medicare insurance questions. Let Stand Fortier guide you through the Medicare maze. Stand Fortier Insurance Services, bringing clarity to the complex.
We've always been a little crazy, but Legends Casino Hotel is going batshit crazy in October, where you could win $10,000. It's spooky simple. Just use your Legends rewards card when playing your favorite slot machine. If your name is called at our Thursday night drawings, play our batshit crazy game and transform $2,000 into $10,000. It's not a Halloween hallucination. Win $10,000 and go batshit crazy with us. Only at Legends Casino Hotel. Boo!
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
One good round deserves another at Zentel Creek Golf Club in Kennewick. Stay warm inside with state-of-the-art golf simulators, or book banquet space for your next family or professional event. Weekends liven up with select live music events throughout the season. Go to zentelcreek.com to find the list of live music options and make reservations for golf, dinner, drinks, and fun all year round.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing.
But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back on this Monday morning. Well, the Seattle Seahawks welcome the struggling Arizona Cardinals to Lumen Field Sunday. Seattle quarterback Geno Smith had to go without one of his favorite targets after wide receiver DK Metcalf was scratched, but the other offensive weapons for the Seahawks would come up big. Smith would find both Jackson Smith-Njigba and Jake Bobo for 2 touchdowns and 219 yards. Seattle would have some trouble taking care of the ball, giving up 3 times, but Arizona would be unable to punish Seattle's mistakes, and the Seahawks take the game 20-10. And a major Pacific Northwest rivalry took place on Saturday as the Cougs took on the Ducks in Eugene. The Ducks number 8. Wazoo would be able to take an early lead with the game's first touchdown after a 47-yard pass from Cam Ward to Kyle Williams would set up an Akia Watson 4-yard touchdown. That was about the last time things went well for the Cougs, though, as Bo Nix and the Ducks would go on a tear and would take the win 38-24. And the Huskies, they went into their matchup at home against Arizona State as the favorites, but quarterback Michael Penix Jr. would have a rough game, coughing up the ball 3 times in just the first half, and ASU would be the first ones on the board. Much to the surprise of the fans at Husky Stadium, it would be the only touchdown, though, of the day for Arizona State, and the only touchdown the Huskies would see is a defensive pick 6 from Michelle Powell. Took it 90 yards to the house, and that would definitely help out the Huskies. They would survive 15-7. They remain undefeated at 7-0. Coming up, the effects of the migrant crisis at the southern border have reached the state of Washington as over 300 American hopefuls are forced to camp outside of a church on the west side. And I'll return with your first alert weather forecast. Let me get you ready for your Monday, but more important, get you ready for possible mountainous snows and below freezing temperatures expected this week. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
Watch me. Watch me grapple, move, and pin. When I hit the mat, don't underestimate the grin. I've got state championships and medals to show, but it's about more than just winning. This you should know. Overcoming odds through therapy and care. The road was long, now opponents beware. Watch me. Game-changing sports medicine at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, home decor, and all things fall. We're unique and we're here for all of life's occasions. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
Let's get scratching. Let's get scratching.
It's like being in a lava lamp. Sagebrush and Bloom, your retro decor store. Groovy clothing and far-out furniture, and the music that takes you back. Sagebrush and Bloom, the vintage store you've been looking for. With close to 20 vendors, there's something for everybody. Come visit us today.
Incredible deals are happening at Spec Buick GMC during our Drive for a Cure campaign. Lease a 2023 Acadia with a third row seat for as low as $297 a month, or stack the savings up with up to $6,000 purchase allowance on the 2023 Sierra Denali Crew, plus no payments until 2024. You can also get 1.9% financing for 36 months across the Buick lineup. Get a good deal for a great cause during Spec's 5th annual Drive for a Cure event. Spec Buick GMC, a family automotive tradition since 1912.
The 2023 Honda Pilot was named the most fun to drive by Car and Driver. The Toyota Highlander was not. In fact, on the road and off, Pilot's handling blew Highlander away. Plus, Pilot has a bigger, more powerful engine, more cargo space, a bigger third row, and a bold new look. And right now, well-qualified buyers can get the bigger, bolder Honda Pilot with 3.9% APR financing. For details, see your Southeastern Washington Honda dealer.
Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar. We're shaking things up.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful weekend and have a nice Monday ahead. And on our radar, just a little bit of cloud coverage coming in, quite a bit of cloud coverage overnight, but it's going to be moving along. And we're going to be looking at more sunshine today. So it should be a pretty darn mild Monday. Still a little bit of cloud coverage coming in. But the real story is what's coming in tomorrow. Yes, rain showers by the time we get to noon. And yes, that is light snow for the Cascades. So first time we're really seeing any significance of that, and that snow is going to be sticking there also in the upper elevations of the Blue. So this is tomorrow afternoon, and as we get into the evening hours, again, more snow for the for the Blue Mountain region and more for the Cascades. Then it's going to start to peter out as we get into Wednesday morning, but still could even see a little bit of rain-snow mix for Ellensburg early on Wednesday. Other than that, we're going to be keeping clear of the snow, at least for now, at least in our cities. But here's another look. This low-pressure system just kind of snaking down the Canadian west coast into our areas, and it's going to be bringing all that precipitation and cooler temperatures. And look at that snow in the upper elevations and in Montana, especially as we get to very late Tuesday evening. It's going to, again, start to slow down for our areas. But that low pressure system is also going to be bringing in much cooler temperatures. So temperatures right now staying warm. We're in the mid 50s for the Blues, Hermiston, and then cooler the more west we go. Ellensburg and Yakima right around 40 degrees. But look at the depths we're going to be reaching by the time we get to Wednesday. We're going to be in the mid to upper 40s for most of our cities as we get into Wednesday and into our weekend. much cooler temperatures, so just get prepared for that. We also have a wind advisory for Ellensburg and Hermiston, 25 to 35 mile per hour winds, 45 mile per hour gusts possible, 10 to 10 today. Our other areas will see about 10 to 20 mile per hour winds, so a lot going on. You can already see a little bit of that wind starting to kick up and in Walla Walla. And as we move along, we're going to be seeing fits and starts of wind for the next 2 days and picking back up just a bit on Friday, slowing down for your Thursday. So let's take a look at those highs today, and it's not going to be this warm for very long. 58 in Ellensburg, mid-60s, Toppenish, Yakima. Over in the mid-Columbia, we're in those mid-60s as well. And well, lower 60s for the Blues. If that seems cool, wait till you see what's on the way. Mid-50s for Yakima tomorrow, then mid-40s starting on Wednesday. Persistent showers tomorrow and Wednesday early, and then we'll see a drying trend into our work week, or our weekend. Overnight lows, look at that, 25 Wednesday into Thursday, down to the lower 20s for your weekend. Goodness. In the Tri-Cities area, mid-50s tomorrow, then mid-40s starting Wednesday. Overnight lows getting below or at the freezing mark starting Wednesday evening. And if we see just a hint of precipitation coming in for our weekend, and it's in the early morning hours, could see a little bit of that rain-snow mix, but still we're looking more drier than not for our weekend as we really cool down. So folks, if you haven't gotten your coats out or your mittens, grab them. You're going to need them as we head into Wednesday and into the rest of our work week and weekend. But keep an eye out for that rain tomorrow with snow in the mountains.
As the crisis at the southern border continues, the effects continue to be felt across the country. And now those effects are getting closer. Connor Board has the story as over 300 migrants are forced to camp outside of a church on the west side.
The American dream is one not realized yet, as hundreds of migrant families are living in tents outside a Tukwila church.
We're seeing a steady flow of families coming in. There's no housing in the region for them to go to, so they end up staying in tents.
Jan Buller-Jack is the pastor of Riverton Park United Methodist Church, where the families are staying as they seek asylum status and wait on the immigration system. The past 2 weeks, they have seen 10 new people arrive at the church each day.
It has just grown from there, going from 5 or 6 families last December, January, to about 100 in March, and then up to 300 now.
The city of Tukwila declared an emergency 2 weeks ago in response to the growing number of migrants. But Pastor Jan says government response takes time, and as they wait, community groups have been filling the gaps.
We've been overwhelmed with donations of both cold weather clothing, hats, gloves, boots.
Medical Teams International also came to help.
We heard they had some sick kiddos, and so we brought some infant and child Tylenol.
Rachel Wolverton with the group says it's heartbreaking to see families in this situation.
I've never seen a camp like this. I have overseas, but I've never seen a camp like this here in the Northwest.
As Rachel and her team pass out hand warmers, medicine, and hygiene supplies, government leaders say they are actively working to find solutions.
As government agencies, we have been trying really hard to have a coordinated response.
Hamdi Mohammed is the director of the City of Seattle Office of Immigration and Refugee Services. She says a task force of state, county, and city agencies are now looking at ways to find people at the camp housing, legal assistance, and jobs. But it's a challenge.
It's growing at a rapid pace where people are trying to respond, but it is growing a lot faster than our response.
As more and more people arrive at the church, Jan hopes these families can move on to somewhere more stable, but says the church will always welcome people searching for help and hope.
Well, these are human beings. They are resilient human beings, and this is a humanitarian crisis.
When we return on Good Morning Northwest, the frontman for 80s glam band Poison is celebrating a new member of his family with a very familiar name.
Hi, Mo. I need your help. My humans were run off the road by a car that drove off. What should we do? The law says you have 72 hours to report it to law enforcement to make a claim on their insurance, so have them go do a police report? Thanks, Mo. You're the best, hun. I'll give Brumback and Autumn a call. That way, I can come see you.
Brumback and Autumn, Bulldog Tough.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $3,500 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a TurboMax engine. See your community Chevy dealers.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Cut your ties to the fuel pump with an electric vehicle from Overturf Kia, your EV headquarters. You'll find a great selection of new vehicles in stock now. Save over $4,200 on an all-electric Nero EV. Now $38,699. Or get 2.49% interest for up to 72 months. Take delivery today or reserve a car that's on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Sleep Shop and Furniture has expanded. To celebrate, all living room furniture is up to 35% off. A queen-size gel mattress for only $399 on hand with immediate delivery. Up to 18 months same as cash and no credit financing available. Quality furniture, affordable prices.
Bruno! Bruno!
Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Road makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $389 per month lease on Rogue or get 0% APR financing for 36 months on the Rogue Platinum.
Looking for a cozy fall event for your entire family? Queensgate Gardens in Richland has a perfect one for you. Featuring a corn and hay bale maze, a dump truck slide, pumpkin archery and painting, and more. Come visit us at Queensgate Gardens for a seasonal memory you'll never forget.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan.
Welcome back, everyone. One lucky shelter dog in Nebraska will soon be living the rock star life. He's named Bret Michaels, and it's only fitting that he's being adopted by the superstar himself.
Is Bret Michaels a superstar? We'll just say star. Bret Michaels, the husky, gained media attention after it saved the life of a 4-year-old kitten with a blood transfusion at the Nebraska Humane Society. Hi, sweetheart! But it turns out that Bret Michaels, the singer, got wind of the story and reached out to the NHS for more information about the dog, and the rest is history.
However, the NHS says that the Poison frontman won't be getting the full rockstar treatment and has to go through the whole adoption process. Until then, his canine namesake is enjoying life at a foster home.
Bret Michaels, the human, has experience with huskies, and he's a big fan of them. He's got German Shepherds too, and they can be pretty similar. And so right off the bat, he was interested in taking him home.
As far as Thorn the kitten, the NHS says he is doing well and will be up for adoption in a few weeks.
I like the clarification. Bret Michaels, the human.
Yes, yes. Now, Thorn, the name of the kitten, is that after the Poison song, Every Rose Has Its Thorn? I don't know.
Maybe.
All right. Well, you know what? Bret Michaels is a superstar for adopting.
100%.
All right, quick look outside. I'm going to get you ready for a mild Monday, but the real story starts tomorrow with mountain snow and showers, rain showers for our areas. That's coming up.
And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, with the House of Representatives frozen without a speaker, Congress is starting to feel the crunch of the incoming government shutdown deadline. This comes as the United States Secretary of Defense announces the deployment of additional military resources to the Middle East.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple appears ready to roll out its latest laptops and desktop. The reported product launch may include a new iMac, which hasn't been upgraded in 2.5 years. And according to Bloomberg, 2 new MacBook Pros could also be unveiled. The event is expected to take place this month. Microsoft has fixed an Excel glitch that was messing up scientific data. Symbols used to represent human genes were being misinterpreted as dates and being reformatted automatically. The problem forced scientists to rename genes to make sure their data wasn't ruined. Finally, Toyota is the latest automaker to adopt the charging standard used by Tesla's superchargers. Toyota says certain vehicles will have the standard charging ports in 2025. It gives customers access to more than 12,000 superchargers. If your Toyota doesn't have the new charging port, it might be considered prehistoric. Those are your Tech Bites.
Hold it! Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
At 4imprint, finding the promotional products you need to create a memorable moment is an easy mission. Our expert team will take care of every detail to make your success a certainty. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
So this is the place.
Is that crown molding? Did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Are you on the Raisin Bran Crunch?
Good boy.
Do you want to see the kitchen?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, blasted with Cinnadust.
The battle for the speakership continues today after the House was unable to come to a solution on Friday. And amid the conflict in the Middle East, the United States has announced the deployment of additional U.S. resources.
And a mild Monday is ahead, but cooler and wetter conditions are on the way with likely snow in the mountains tomorrow. I'll get you prepared my first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to Monday, and it's going to be a mild Monday, Riley.
Incredible. We had a beautiful weekend.
We did have a beautiful weekend.
The last kind of warmish one of the season, it looks like.
Well, at least for the time being, because we're going to be wishing it was that warm this weekend, because our highs are going to be in the mid-40s by our next weekend. So bundle up. But we have snow expected in the mountains tomorrow. Again, not in our areas. We expect rain, but we could see a little bit of rain-snow mix if we see any precipitation as we move along into our weekend. But it looks like we're going to be mostly staying dry. Let's take a look outside at our Columbia Point Skycam. And yes, folks, changes are coming, but not today. Today, again, pretty mild. A little bit of cloud coverage this morning, but that is going to be moving off to the east, and we're going to be looking at pretty darn nice conditions for our areas today. Plenty of sunshine, so again, another nice day like we saw over the weekend. Mid-60s will be our highs, maybe some lower 60s in there, but big changes starting tomorrow. Our highs are going to be in those mid-50s and then mid to upper 40s by the time we get to Wednesday. So a big drop off. We are above average for this time of year today. We're going to be well below it by Wednesday. So chilly starts tomorrow. Windy in places. We do have a wind advisory for Ellensburg and Hermiston starting at 10 o'clock this morning. And we have rain to mountain snow tomorrow. I'll get you ready for all of that coming up. But right now I'm going to send it back to Riley.
Thank you, Jason. House Republicans are still on the hunt for a new Speaker of the House. They're expected to hold a candidate forum tonight and look for someone to succeed Representative Kevin McCarthy, who was ousted earlier this month. Until a new Speaker is voted in, the House is stuck in a stalemate. Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio exited the race for Speaker Friday after 3 failed bids. Since then, numerous Republicans have thrown their hats into the political ring, including Representatives Tom Emmer, Pete Sessions, Kevin Hern, Jack Bergman, Austin Scott, Byron Donalds, Mike Johnson, Dan Muser, and Gary Palmer. The House of Representatives is basically at a standstill until a new Speaker is confirmed. That means no legislation can pass, like policy bills and government funding bills. And if something isn't resolved by November 17th, the U.S. is going to go broke.
The world's on fire, and this is so dangerous what we're doing. And most importantly, it's embarrassing because it empowers and emboldens our adversaries like Chairman Xi, who says, democracy doesn't work.
Any lawmaker that runs for House Speaker needs to get 217 votes to win the gavel. Some Republicans and some Democrats have suggested boosting interim Speaker Patrick McHenry's power in order to break the impasse, but there is widespread opposition within the GOP conference to the idea. Israel Defense Forces dropped flyers in the Sabra neighborhood of Gaza City on Saturday. According to a CNN translation, the flyers warned residents that if they chose not to evacuate to the south of Gaza, they might be considered as a partner for the terrorist organization. In a statement, the IDF confirmed it had dropped the flyers, but said there was no intention to consider those who have not evacuated from the affected area of fighting as a member of the terrorist group, adding that it treats civilians as such and does not target them. The IDF reports that the translation of the flyer from Arabic was imprecise, but did not elaborate.
There are 2.3 million people who are lacking basic life support, including food, water, medicine, and medical supplies for the hospitals, and above all, the fuel, which runs the water and runs the hospital machines to keep people alive and to treat the wounded. It is a catastrophe. It is not a catastrophe that we will see in a few days. No, today it is a catastrophe.
The United Nations has said that the Israeli order to evacuate the entire population of northern Gaza, which is approximately 1.1 million people, is, quote, impossible without causing major humanitarian consequences. The IDF says they continue to urge residents in northern Gaza to evacuate for their own safety. Saturday evening, U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin announced additional military resources to the Middle East. The USSD Eisenhower carrier group will be moved to, quote, increase protection for U.S. forces in the region. The carrier is in addition to the USS Gerald R. Ford group, currently in the eastern Mediterranean Sea. The Secretary also ordered more U.S. troops to prepare for deployment. He said it's, quote, to increase their readiness and ability to respond quickly as required. Jason Valentine is here with a look at your weather forecast.
A mild Monday is ahead, but chilly conditions, snow in the mountains, and rain for our areas is upcoming this week. Let me get you prepared for all of that. My first alert weather forecast coming up.
Most Americans' largest amount of savings is in their retirement, but if you choose to tap into it, you could be facing considerable penalties.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich with fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion or bacon or sausage. Well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's the Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's the Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's the Educated Cigar. At the Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
No insurance? No problem. At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, our membership plan starts at just $79 and costs only $35 a month. That's 2 cleanings, x-rays, and much more for just $35 a month. Learn more at WRFDC.com or PDPNW.com. Find us at one of our 2 locations, West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco. Stunning smiles for the whole family.
Bipolar 1, I got help to push back.
I got help to push back.
We got help to push back with Lybalvi.
Once daily prescription Lybalvi is proven to treat manic or mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults to help you push back. Elderly patients with dementia have an increased risk of death or stroke. Do not take Lybalvi if you are taking opioids or are in opioid withdrawal. The samidorphan in Lybalvi can cause severe opioid withdrawal that can lead to hospitalization or increased risk of life-threatening overdose. Get emergency help if you have trouble breathing, become very drowsy with slowed or shallow breathing, or feel faint, very dizzy, or confused, or if you have fever, stiff muscles, confusion, rash, swollen glands, or problems with your liver, kidneys, heart, or lungs. Other serious side effects may include high cholesterol, weight gain, potentially fatal high blood sugar, uncontrolled body movements, which may be permanent, dizziness upon standing or falls.
Are you ready to push back against bipolar 1? Ask your doctor if Lybalvi is right for you.
The 2023 Honda Pilot was named the most fun to drive by Car and Driver. The Toyota Highlander was not. In fact, on the road and off, Pilot's handling blew Highlander away. Plus, Pilot has a bigger, more powerful engine, more cargo space, a bigger third row, and a bold new look. And right now, well-qualified buyers can get the bigger, bolder Honda Pilot with 3.9% APR financing. For details, see your Southeastern Washington Honda dealer.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles. Lunch?
Vanessa, I like lunch.
Give in to deliciousness. Buy one craveable classic and get another one for $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Welcome back on this Monday morning. Well, for many Americans, their biggest stash of savings is in their retirement plan. So when faced with a financial hardship, some choose to dip into that account. But is that the best option? For both IRA and 401k accounts, when you withdraw money earlier than age 59 and a half, the U.S. government imposes a 10% penalty. But there are a number of different hardships you can file for. But even if you can avoid the 10% penalty, you can't avoid the taxes, and you should only tap into your retirement account as a last resort.
So you take that money out today, and that might be a relatively modest sum of money, but you're losing the compounding over time that it could become. So if you took out $5,000 today, that could easily be $40,000 or $50,000 from your future self.
Royal says there are some options you can consider, like taking a loan from your 401k account, or a bank or credit union taking advantage of promotional credit card offers and trying to get help from family or friends. Coming up, the superintendent sit-down continues. This time we get a chance to speak with Walla Walla's Wade Smith. And I'll return with a look at your first alert weather forecast. Boring today, but big changes coming tomorrow. You'll see what I'm talking about in my first alert forecast. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
In 2014, Benton County voters passed an initiative to fund law and justice efforts. For the past 10 years, these funds have kept our citizens safe.
I always knew I wanted to be a police officer. In high school, the Boys and Girls Club opened that door of opportunity for me. I became one of the very first cadets with the Kennewick Police Department as a result of the public safety sales tax. We are asking people to approve the renewal of Proposition 1.
Vote to approve Proposition 1.
The nights are cooler, and many Yakima Valley residents still depend on wood-burning devices in their homes as their primary source of heat. New wood pellet stoves or electrical devices are much more efficient and are regulated to control emissions. They're cleaner burning and release fewer harmful air pollutants and carcinogens. Upgrade today with the help of Yakima Regional Clean Air Agency's Wood Stove Change-Out Program. With rebates up to $3,800, you could get a new device at little or no cost to you if you qualify. Call today.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
If it's Monday, it has to be Monday Night Football on Apple Valley News Now as San Francisco heads for the Twin Cities for a showdown with Minnesota. The 49ers, the Vikings, followed by a special primetime Apple Valley News Now. Watch tonight starting at 5. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Hope you have a nice day today planned, and we have quite a bit of changes on the way. Now, not today. We're going to see another nice day. A little bit of cloud coverage rolling in overnight, but we're going to be seeing plenty of sunshine today. But as we move into tomorrow, those changes I've been promising are coming here. So pretty much clear skies into our overnight period. Then we'll see cloud coverage build, and yes, possibility of some morning showers. Very light if it comes. But look at this, the first time we've seen a good chance of snow in the Cascades. And as we move along into our afternoon hours, could start to see a little bit of snow in the Blue Mountain region as well. Look at the Cascades though. Heavy snow at times. So this is our first real burst of wintry type conditions. Still a little bit of snow, upper elevations of the Blues, and that'll slow down as we get into Wednesday. Though we do have a chance of seeing our first little bit of snow, rain snow mix for Ellensburg areas. Now our areas, our cities are going to be staying wet, but it looks like it's going to be in the form of rain. So here's another look at what's going on. This low pressure system moving down the western border of Canada, and we'll be looking at more snow for the mountains and more rain showers for our lower areas. But look, as we get to the evening, look at the amount of snow going into the northern part of Idaho, into Montana, even into the central parts, the mountainous parts of Oregon. So snow making its real first push of the year. And as we move along in our morning hours, we're staying warm along the Blues 55s there through Hermiston, and then we'll be seeing lower 40s for Ellensburg and Yakima as we're staying chilly. But my goodness, look at these temperatures as we head into especially Wednesday into our weekend, mid to upper 40s. Get ready for very chilly conditions, and overnights are going to be well below our freezing point. I'll get to that in a bit. So wind advisory today, Ellensburg, Hermiston, 25 to 35 mile per hour winds, 50 mile per hour gusts possible. That's from 10 to 10 today. We'll see about 10 to 20 mile per hour winds for the rest of our area. So a little bit of blustery conditions today, and we'll see some blustery conditions off and on. But right now, 13 for Walla Walla, 10 for Ellensburg and Toppenish. Still light for many of our cities, but it will pick up. And again, that advisory is from 10 to 10. We'll see some heavier winds as we get into Wednesday, or on par with what we're seeing today for the rest of our cities. I don't expect a wind advisory again for Ellensburg and Hermiston, but we'll slow down as we head into our weekend. So let's take a look at those highs today. Mid-60s for Yakima, Toppenish, 58 for Ellensburg. Over in the Mid-Columbia, mid-60s. Lower 60s for Walla Walla and Pendleton. 7-day forecast, and woo, look at this, 53 by Tuesday, mid-40s starting on Wednesday. Overnight lows dip below the freezing mark Wednesday into Thursday. So we're keeping a close eye if we see any precipitation coming in. If it's early, that could be in the form of rain, snow to snow, but it would be very light if it does. But again, we do expect snow in the mountains, especially tomorrow into Wednesday morning. Tri-Cities area getting to that freezing mark Wednesday late night as well. So chilly conditions this week, especially by the time we get to Wednesday. Today, I'm just going to keep saying it because it sounds good. A mild Monday is ahead. Plenty of sunshine today. Let's get ready for those changes. Snow in the mountains, rain tomorrow afternoon for all of our cities, which will persist into early on Wednesday.
Well, let's start our week with the superintendent sit-down. We're asking the most important things are to school districts and what problems education systems are facing. In this edition of the superintendent sit-down, today we hear from Walla Walla Public Schools Superintendent Wade Smith. What are some of the goals for the 2023 to 2024 school year for the Walla Walla Public Schools?
Yeah, great question. You know, it's such an exciting time here in Walla Walla Public Schools as we kick off our Vision 2030, our new strategic plan. And so this builds off our previous plan that expired this school year as we launch into the next 7 years. And we're really focused on 4 primary goals. And many of these are a continuation of the great work that has been accomplished these last 7 to 8 years around ambitious learning for all students, around making sure our classrooms provide the relevant and rigorous educational experience for all kids, making sure we focus on our culture of equity and belonging. And last, but certainly not least, one of the strategic plan goals I'm so very excited about is a renewed partnership with both parents, family, and community in our school systems.
What are some of the challenges that you're facing in achieving these goals?
I view it more as an opportunity, and I think, you know, in the onset and as we've wrapped up the pandemic and we look back, one of the things we really missed was that partnership with families and community. I mean, for a better part of a year, again, our schools we're forced to lock parents, families, and community out of our school system because of the safety and situations surrounding the pandemic. How do we re-engage our family and parents back into our schools? How do we re-engage our community, our retirement population, our businesses back into our school systems? And that's one thing we're really focused on, because in Walla Walla we have such an incredible asset of parent community support, and we want them to feel comfortable coming back into our schools and finding ways and mechanisms for them to engage in our classroom settings, whether it's a grandparent wanting to read to a student, whether it's a parent or a retiree wanting to come in and maybe shelve books in the library or volunteer in a kindergarten classroom. To see the magic that happens every single day in our schools and across our classrooms, that's an opportunity I know many of our community want to participate in, and our goal as a district is how do we bring them into that and provide that mechanism for them to re-engage in our school systems.
And you were mentioning the pandemic. How did the pandemic affect students in the Walla Walla Public Schools?
Well, you know, again, great question. Like I think we've seen across our state and nation, deeply impacted our community, our students, our faculty. We all are still reeling in the impact of the pandemic. What I am very proud of is how our community rallied around our youth. We had so many agencies, whether it was the YMCA and other, again, not-for-profits who, again, helped support our students during that transitional time, supporting a safe place for them to learn remotely. Our parents who just stepped up with yeoman's expectations and abilities to reach their students and support their students during that distance learning model. But no doubt our students struggled with that, both the isolation and how do we re-engage them back into the school setting. And, you know, obviously the social emotional health deeply concerned about, and some of the programs that I'm very pleased is how we've partnered with the health center. It's a non-for-profit that offers counseling for our middle school and high school students in our school settings. We've leveraged Hazel Health, a teletherapy program that helps bridge that gap when parents and students need access to mental health therapy. That can sometimes take months, if not multiple months, to get in to see a local clinician. How do we provide this teletherapy to bridge that gap, to provide that immediate and urgent support, and then help that student transition into some private mental health therapy sessions? So we're really continuing to wrap our supports around our students from the social emotional aspect, and really as we've come together as an entire community in support of our students.
And this is just a piece of my long conversation with Superintendent Smith. You can find the extended version on our website or on our YouTube channel, Apple Valley News Now. Next week, we sit down with Superintendent Trevor Green with the Yakima School District. When we come back, a Wisconsin woman who survived stage 3 breast cancer is now devoted to helping others.
Thank you for getting groceries, Mika.
Of course. Happy to help. Will Medicare cover any of these bills?
I thought it would, but it doesn't.
We'll get through this. I will always be here for you.
I know. But what about you? I don't ever want you to be in this situation.
Don't worry, Dad. With WA Cares, I'm earning long-term care benefits with each paycheck. That money will be there when I need it.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Our customers depend on us for everything. We grow well over 200 different crop varieties, and there's tremendous diversity within our trade territory. We spend a lot of time and work a lot with our customers on enhancing and utilization of the products that John Deere offers from a technology perspective. We do what we say every single day.
Welcome to the Village Bistro. We're happy you're here. I wanted to share with you some of the things we have on our menu. One of my favorite things is our lemon ricotta pancakes, topped with blueberries and powdered sugar and butter, and oh my, they are so delicious. You gotta try our 4-cheese mac and cheese or burgers. Some say they're the best in town. We love to get to know each customer that comes in, and we want you to feel like family when you're with us.
Are you gonna capture my attention?
This is not just laundry. This is laundry that's one and done. This is the ultra-fast combo laundry machine that does both washing and drying cycles. This is revolutionizing laundry. This is GE Profile.
Fred's has the GE Profile one and done laundry machine in stock and on sale for only $24.99. Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Exciting news! US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love...
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen and action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man, it's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
That felt good.
Now you can get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. US Cellular, built for us.
The best way to end your day. Friends, tonight at 11:05.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's take a look closer to home. Very nice morning so far. Just a hint of traffic out there on the highways. And let's take a look at our cities. 58 for Ellensburg. Folks, these conditions and temperatures are going to seem like a distant memory by the time we get to those 40-degree highs by the time we get to Wednesday. So enjoy the heat while we've got it. I know mid-60s. Heat? Yeah, it's going to seem that way very, very soon. As we move into the Mid-Columbia, we're right in those mid-60s. A little bit more sunshine for the Mid-Columbia. We'll see plenty of sunshine today. Not so tomorrow. Let's see our cool spot there, Riley.
Athena
at 59. Boardman at 60. And again, these are going to be warm temperatures. Wait till you see my first alert weather forecast that's coming up.
For nearly 4 decades now, the country has recognized October as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's a time annually devoted to educating everyone about breast cancer. Muhammad Abdul Kawi spoke to a breast cancer survivor and has her story about how she overcame stage 3.
Amanda Engstrom remembers being diagnosed with breast cancer like it was yesterday.
February 15th of 2017, I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
She received the news at Tiny Tykes Daycare in Rhinelander, a sanctuary where kids can be kids.
I got the phone call at daycare, and they said it was stage 3.
According to the CDC, a woman's risk for breast cancer is higher if she has a mother, sister, or daughter, or multiple family members on either her mother's or father's side of the family who had breast cancer.
Well, my paternal grandma had it, and she passed away at the age of 39, so I was the first one in the Engstrom group to be diagnosed, and I was in shock.
Engstrom had to go through 6 months of chemotherapy. She says the hardest part for her was losing all of her hair, but a couple things dear to her heart kept her going.
The daycare kids kept me going through chemotherapy, and my son, if it wasn't for my job, I probably wouldn't.